Pastor Steve and Pastor Mary, I am completely delighted to be in this place. And I made sure whatever I was doing today, I would find 30, 40 minutes or 1 hour to be in this book launch. Because I know everybody who is here is part of this story, in one way or the other. If you are here for the first time, this must be your other page that is coming in the next series of this book. So you have begun writing this book. Pastor Steve, your life is an absolute miracle, together with Pastor Mary. To come from the streets, to come from being a gangster, and to turn around the gun for the Bible. Can you just give it up for Pastor Steve? I listened to those testimonies and I just want to cry that there is somebody who spoke to another person who had felt very worthless, and they knew that God loved them through the commitment and through the commission that you took seriously together with your wife. We thank you as the Kenyan society. We thank you because we can see how church and how priesthood can transform community. And that's why I support this project. That is why, even if I found one error or one mistake in this ministry, I'll still be willing to say, Pastor Stephen, Pastor Mary will walk around it, will work around it, but this is a vision that needs to be supported. So for me, you have my full support. Every time I have had food, Pastor Steve, I have told you, this food comes from my family, which gives a very big contribution to it, and the rest of it comes from my friends. And Class 95 has stood up now as a team that walks the journey. We give some money every month. Even when I don't give, there is another group that gives. Even when I'm under pressure and I can't give, I drew them together. They obeyed and they have supported the vision. Lawrence, on behalf of Class 95, please say thank you to them, from myself, from Pastor Steve, from all these people for standing in the vision. Coming back to the mission, food is just part of the equation. It's a small dot towards the mission and the transformation of the lives of people. The greater thing is when we hear a testimony of a turnaround from a person who was lost and they are found, a person who could have ended in a grave and they are turned around and they also become transformers in our community. Once again, we say thank you. You've written one book. I think this is what you have written, Pastor Steve, and I'm proud of you, and we are about to declare this book as duly launched. Now, the people that have been transformed, there are many other books which have not been keyed in. The pens are not yet taken, but you have continued to prepare that pen in the lives of many people. When everybody whom you have touched gets to write the book, we will not launch one book. We won't launch one book from the father, isn't it? Yes. And then the children will come in with so many books because you have built an army for God. Can you give it up for Pastor Steve? I want to pray that if we learn nothing from this experience, we learn that you can become a transformer and you can be a change maker. One more thing I share with Pastor Steve is my spiritual authority. Reverend Teresia Wairimu, you had this is Faith Evangelistic Ministry, Church and Fellowship. We salute her wherever she is. Yes. I salute Mom because Mom raised her Pastor Steve. Evangelist Teresia Wairimu, call her Reverend and founder of Faith Evangelistic Ministry. Through her evangelistic gift and mission, she raised a pastor in Pastor Steve. We salute you, Mom. You can see where your army is going. and it's changing the world. I'm happy to see one of the gentlemen who've given a testimony behind on the screen now works in Qatar on a 5-year contract. God has transformed him, and Pastor Steve tells me he was in Kenya the other day to finish building a house for his mother. We will hear many more testimonies. The young mothers who've been changed by this vision, very young mothers, Pastor Mboka, they are just very young. They'll almost make you cry when you see them holding the baby. The young mothers who've been transformed. I know your future is bright.
Yes.
Even if it doesn't appear like it's fully aligned, a moment is coming. You're already aligned to the destiny of God. And if God be for you, who can be against you? What can be against you? If God is on your side, all shall be well. We are distinctly honored to witness what God is doing in your life and in the life of your ministry. I am delighted to hear even people who are addicted to drugs, to alcoholism, prostitution, to crime, to different issues in life have turned around. And Pastor Steve has now laid it out in a book, which we are going to be very delighted today to purchase, to own a copy, to buy for our friends,